It's 11 p.m. You're lying in bed. The room is dark except for one glowing rectangle in your hand. There are 3 items in your cart you didn't want this morning. You'll probably buy them anyway. For 300,000 years, not one of your ancestors ever did this. Not once. They physically couldn't. When the sun went down, the world went black. Nothing to buy, nowhere to scroll, no light to see by at all. So what changed? Not your willpower. Not your discipline. Something much older than that. Why do so many people make worse financial decisions at 11 p.m. than they do at 11 a.m.? And why does your brain, the same brain your ancestors used to survive the dark, treat a checkout button almost the same way it once treated a fire? Start with fire, because that's where this story begins. The earliest solid evidence of humans controlling fire comes from Wonderwerk Cave in South Africa, roughly 1 million years ago. Before that, night had one rule: stay still. Predators could see in the dark. You couldn't. Moving after sunset meant becoming food. Fire broke that rule. It created a rough 30-foot circle of safety. Inside it you were protected. Outside it you were prey. And for the first time in human history, fire handed your ancestors something they never had: extra hours. 2 to 4 more, added onto every single day. Those extra hours were never meant for careful thinking, though. They were meant for something else entirely. In 2014, anthropologist Polly Wiesner studied the Jews/Hoansi Bushmen of the Kalahari, one of the last groups on Earth still living close to the original human rhythm. By day, 80% of their conversation was practical: work, logistics, negotiation. By firelight, that flipped. 81% became stories, myths, jokes, tales of people far away. Daylight was for decisions. Night was for imagination. Your brain was never built to make sharp financial calls in the dark. It was built to dream in the dark. And that is exactly the hour every shopping app on your phone lights up. Before electricity, towns rang a bell every night ordering people to put their fires out. The French called it couvre-feu. Cover fire. We still use that word. Curfew. For most of history, night wasn't dark by accident. It was kept dark on purpose, by law, because a lit night was considered dangerous to the body and the mind both. Now flip it. Every notification, every autoplay, every one-click checkout screen is doing the opposite of a curfew, refusing to let your fire go out. And the part of your brain built to relax the second the light disappeared never got the memo that the light was supposed to stop. There's a second layer to this, and it's stranger than the first. Ever notice you get your worst ideas, or your worst 2 a.m. online orders, during that exact window when you should be asleep? Historian Roger Kirch spent 16 years digging through diaries and court records and found something historians had mistranslated for centuries. Before artificial light, humans didn't sleep in one block. 4 hours, then 1 to 2 hours awake in the middle of the night, then 4 more. First sleep, and second sleep. Completely normal. In 1992, psychiatrist Thomas Ware tested this directly. Put volunteers in 14 hours of total darkness a night for a month, no artificial light at all. Within weeks, every single one fell into that exact 2-phase pattern, with a quiet waking window in between. During that window, their brains released elevated prolactin, the same hormone tied to meditation. They described it as calm, reflective, at peace. That window is almost gone now. And here's the part worth sitting with. The window your ancestors used for reflection is the exact window the modern economy now uses for spending. Here's what neuroscience actually shows about that hour: your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for impulse control and weighing consequences, measurably quiets down at night on its own circadian schedule, independent of how tired you are. It's not that you ran out of willpower like a battery. Your brain is designed to lower its guard as the light fades, because for almost all of human history, the only thing waiting in that lowered guard hour was a story, or a person you trusted, sitting on the other side of the fire. Nobody had built a machine yet whose entire purpose was to profit from that exact moment of surrender. And retailers have noticed. It's well documented in e-commerce that browsing tends to peak in daytime hours, while actual purchases, the moment someone finally clicks buy, cluster disproportionately late at night. Your judgment is often lowest at exactly the hour your access to spending is highest. The fire that once kept predators outside the circle has been replaced by a screen that keeps something else circling you instead. So picture what's actually happening at 11 p.m. Your ancestral brain flips into the oldest program it has: dim the light, lower the guard, drift toward reflection. But instead of silence and stars, there's a feed. Instead of a story around a fire, there's an ad shaped exactly like a story, selling you an identity you don't currently have. New house, new body, new version of yourself. 3 payments of $39.99. Your ancestors used the fire's extra hours to imagine where they came from. You're using those same hours to imagine who you could become if you just bought the right thing. Same wiring, same hour, completely different fire. You've probably called this a personal failure. Weak willpower. No discipline. But the timing was never really about you. It's biology colliding with design. Your ancestral brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do at night: lower its guard and open itself to influence. Because for 300,000 years, the only thing waiting in that open hour was a myth, or someone you trusted. You are not weak at 11 p.m. You are ancient at 11 p.m. And something modern is standing exactly where the fire used to be, waiting for you to lower your guard the same way your ancestors always did, except this time, it isn't telling you a story about the origin of the world. It's showing you a checkout page with a countdown timer on it. It's 11 p.m. again. The room is dark except for one glowing rectangle in your hand. But now you know what that darkness used to hold, before someone figured out how to sell it back to you.